Hi, thank you for tuning in. My name is Ariane, and as eraani, I give human design readings and initiations. I'm a human design analyst. I've been working with human design for about 8-9 years now, and I've been studying it since 2009. And in all that time, human design has become a very useful tool for me to be able to make sense of myself as well as the world around me. And it has been kind of a red thread through my own life's journey where I figured out what I am supposed to be doing here in this world. And I feel like now I've kind of got to a point where I'm understanding, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. And me here speaking with you now, that feels like a part of it, because I feel like there's something I want to talk about. There's some things that I want to share. There's a lot that has been going on inside me and around me in the past few years, working with human design, studying it, but also, of course, working with the world, studying pretty much everything around me, everything that interested me, so many things along the way that have caught my attention and that did something for me and to me and with me. And all of those things have come together into a very specific worldview, a very specific view on our time and on humanity, on what we are doing here, what we're supposed to be doing, and also what we are making of it. And that's something that I want to talk about. And I want to talk about it from the perspective of human design, because that has become kind of a lens through which I see it all, but also because human design brought to us a very interesting perspective on what is going on in the world right now. So I want to take that specific perspective and I want to share my view on it, my feelings about it, and my insights on it. The founder of human design, Raoul, talked about how there is a mutation taking place right now within the DNA of humanity, or in at least how we express that DNA, how we are as a species. And he actually said that the reason that he was able to bring human design into the world is because of this mutation, because during this tumultuous time, we need as much knowledge as we can get about what exactly is going on. So human design was kind of given to us as a sort of manual to have a better insight into who we are, into what's going on, and how we can best deal with the circumstances that are being given to us. Because that's, for me, the first and foremost thing that this knowledge that he gave about this mutation tells us. It can give us an explanation as to what all this chaos is that's going around us. I mean, everybody on some level is aware that something is going on, whether it's the modernization of the world, whether it is the chaos, the violence, the intensity of how we as humans are relating to one another, whether it's the enormous changes about everybody is feeling like we're in the end of times. There is something going on. And according to human design, it is this mutation that is happening. We're in a transition period. We are moving through an evolution of sorts. Well, a literal evolution like humanity hasn't gone through in a very long time. And that mutation is taking a few hundred years to really take form. And while we are in this transitionary period, things don't make sense because we are not who we're supposed to be. The world doesn't really match how we are anymore. We don't really match the systems that used to be in place for the way that we used to function. So everything isn't really matching up anymore. We have all these cultures and these social systems that were built to help us thrive as humans, but we are now discovering they don't work for us. That this is not allowing us to be the best version of ourselves. This is not allowing us to build a prosperous civilization. And that's kind of the reality that we are trying to grasp right now. And that's why everything is so chaotic, because us as individuals, as well as humanity as a collective, as well as us in our interpersonal relationships, we are discovering that a lot of things really are not working for us. And we are moving into a new way of doing things, but we are having a lot of issues letting go of the old and figuring out what the new could be, should be, might be. And this is causing a lot of turmoil. It's causing a lot of confusion, and we are really not sure how to deal with all of this. So that's why I really wanted to talk about this. And this is why this is the first video of a series that I'm feeling into. I'm gonna just kind of watch it unfold, because I also don't really know what this is going to be, how this is going to unfold, what I'm going to be saying, what kind of wants to come through me, because that's kind of the role that I feel like I have grown into, to be a voice for something that I am here to say, for all that I've been learning along the way, all that I've been observing and that I've been processing, that I have found my own insight on. That's what I'm here to communicate. And what I really want to start with, before we even get into what is this mutation, what does that mean for all of us, what can that mean for us personally, how can we work with it, before we get into that, I want to be kind of really clear about what we are talking about here, because the mutation that Raoul talked about, he gave a very clear, concise explanation, and you can find that information online on the official Jovian Archive website, but also on other different sources. I'm not here to really talk about what it is. I'm not here to explain that. First of all, because I don't know. I'm not the messenger. I'm not given all of this information. I'm just going off of what I've read about it, learned about it for myself. I've observed the world around me. I've learned a lot of things in different ways. That's what I'm going off of my personal experience, my personal perspective, which might be very relevant for you, or it might be completely off of your experience. Because, spoiler alert, that is a part of the mutation, that we are all kind of in this very specific individual experience right now. We are all experiencing the smallest version of the universe, in a way. We are all just really locked into our own little bubble, seeing the world from our very unique, distinct perspective. So what I am seeing, what I am feeling, what I am hearing might be a completely different angle from what you're seeing or experiencing or hearing. So therefore, I want to be very clear that I am not speaking to any kind of truth. I'm not speaking to any kind of facts. I don't know what's going on. That's the whole thing. Like, we are living in a time where everything is completely unpredictable. So to say that we know what is coming in the future, to say that we can even get a grasp on what is happening right now, is already doing it in a way that doesn't align with what I perceive to be reality. I perceive reality right now to be completely chaotic and unpredictable. So, it's been like 50 years, around 50 years now, since Raoul 40 years. It's been 40 years since Ra received his channeling, his vision. I am actually sure that a lot has changed in these past 40 years about how specifically this mutation is going to play out. That's the thing about a mutation. It is new, it is unpredictable. So everybody that is talking about this is getting it wrong, because it's always going to be something other than what we expect. And as soon as we expect it, it changes again. So everything that I'm saying is an approximation. Everything that anybody else is saying is an approximation. And that's why I really wanted to focus on just giving my perspective, just sharing about what I am feeling and just letting the words come through as they come, because the more I try to hook into figuring out and being accurate about what exactly this is, it again slips through my fingers. Every time I try to prepare what I'm going to say, I say something else. And I think that this is exactly the interesting and funny thing about what is going on and what we're going to be talking about here, is that there are no facts, there's no security, there's no certainty, and that's the whole beauty of it. We get to find our inner authority, our inner strength, our pure individual empowerment to figure it out for ourselves, to really stand in our own truth. And regardless of all the noise that we're hearing outside of ourselves, to learn how to come back to that fleeting certainty that we feel from moment to moment, where we can feel, oh, there's something real here, right now, in this body, in this consciousness, in this moment of awareness, and to watch it fly away again, but to still be able to recognize the truth of that thing that we only experience for ourselves. So the more we come into that, the more I feel like we are doing here what we are supposed to be doing. That's what I feel right now is the priority in our lived experience. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. That's what this whole series is going to be about. And we're going to use the mutation as a guideline for that. We're going to look at this mutation and look at, what do we know about it? How can we understand it? How can we see it in the world around us? How can we see it in ourselves? And what can that mean for what we do with those observations, with that awareness? How do we make decisions for our own lives in a way that makes sense for the reality that we experience? And the goal in the end for me is the empowerment of the individual. So if you feel even slightly empowered right now and you feel this is plenty for me, then take this and run with it. Because that for me is the only point, that you know that the authority and the power is within you. And that yes, the world is chaotic, but that's what it's supposed to be right now. You're not doing anything wrong. Exactly, you're doing it very much right. And let's see where we go from there. Having said all that, thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for being in this moment with me. I really look forward to getting into this series, getting into this mutation, and getting into this flow that is happening right now and seeing where we come out on the other side. And I look forward to meeting you along the way. Let me know if there's something that inspired you. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to hear your comments. Yeah, I would love to share this experience with you. So if you have anything to share, I would love to hear from you. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video.